Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up the screen here. Lucid. Lucid's been pulling back pretty significantly, and let's get into why. And we're going to talk about why I bought some shares today. So let's get into Lucid. But first, of course, the market, it was pretty bad today. I'm sure if you had any high growth stocks or EV stocks, et cetera, they pretty much all pulled down. And that was pretty typical across the board. And Lucid had some poor delivery numbers in the fourth quarter. And then, of course, they lowered their numbers for the future, and we'll get into that. And I think that had a lot to do with Lucid's numbers pulling back on top of the macro issue. And that's this right here, where Lucid, they slashed their production forecast from 20,000 units in 2022 to 12 to 14,000. So that's pretty disappointed for folks. And primarily they've talked about supply chain issues. Imagine that. Said their CEO said that parts such as glass and carpet, rather than the ongoing global shortage of semiconductor chips. And here's the Lucid Air that they've been selling. And these vehicles, they start, the high end is 169,000. And like most every EV car company, they start out with the most expensive one first and work their way down. This is a gorgeous car. I mean, it's just awesome looking. Look at that thing. No wonder it won Motor Trend Car of the Year. Unbelievable range on it. The battery is one of the very best in the world. And if you know Lucid was actually a battery company first before it became an EV car company. Their numbers reflect the extraordinary supply chain and logistics challenges. And of course, Peter Rawlinson, who's the CEO, said they remain confident in their ability to capture the tremendous opportunities ahead, et cetera. This was back when it was at 26. I bought today in the 22s. And they wound up with like 125 units that they delivered in the fourth quarter. And I think they were looking to deliver about double that in the 300 to 400. So because of that, they lost a little bit more money than they thought they were going to. And one thing, if you look at their balance sheet, they're sitting here with $6.2 billion in cash. So they're in great shape as far as cash on hand. And, they're going to be able to handle getting through this growth spurt without too much trouble, I don't think. We'll see if they have to raise any money. I don't think they certainly have to right now, that's for sure. And they did so several months back. Let's see what kind of liabilities they've got here. Long-term debt of $2 billion. So, they're in good shape, very good shape. Now let's get into why I bought today. I have traded this stock. I've got a long-term hold. I started buying this stock back when it was CCIV and it was a SPAC because I so badly wanted Lucid. And actually it was just rumors at the time that CCIV they were going to merge and become one company. But at the time, like I said, it was just a rumor, but I was pretty heavy into it and started buying it around 12 bucks, I think. And I bought it all the way up until 22. And I haven't bought anything above 22 as I recall. And I did put a bunch in my Roth IRA and I swung it, I guess it was about 2 months ago. But anyway, I sold it at 38. I bought it at 22. I think it was right here. And then I sold it at 38, and then it ran all the way up here to the 50s. So I missed out on about darn near half of what I could have made. But, when you make 70% on a swing trade, you really can't complain. And now I'm glad I did it, because if I didn't, I'd be down here going, oh, crap, I didn't do anything. So I bought again down here because it's sitting on some really good support. And, it might drop below this. I didn't buy a ton because if it does drop, I'll just dollar cost average and buy some more. I feel okay about this because the market cap's getting down there into the 30s. It's not so bad. And this thing, this car company's got a great future, in my opinion. Peter Rawlinson knows exactly what he's doing. He knows how to build a great car. He basically built the Model S for Tesla and kind of redesigned it and got it going in the right direction. And that's one of the reasons why Elon Musk was so mad when Peter Rawlinson left, because he was like, this guy knows what he's doing. I'd rather he stayed. And I promise you, if he was no good, Elon Musk wouldn't have cared. As a matter of fact, he'd have booted him out the door himself, because Elon Musk doesn't suffer mediocrity. He just does not. So again, I'm going to try to swing trade this thing. I've just about got it to where I'm risk-free on it because of that first swing trade right here. And I did sell some of my long because it just ran up so fast. I felt like I needed to. But I am rebuilding my position for my long in my regular account for my long position as well. And I'll start, if it drops below 22, I'll definitely start adding to that position. You know, the next step, if it drops below this 22 and change, would be around 18, maybe just under it, because I don't see a whole lot to stop it between there. There's a little bit right here. Actually, it could pop down to 20. But I'll just watch it closely. But I don't see it dropping much below 18. People are just probably wouldn't allow that. Just knowing how people feel about Lucid. Everybody's looking for the next Tesla. Let's be honest about that. Okay, that's what everybody's looking for. They want that next one that's going to run up like crazy like Tesla did. This one doesn't have to do that. It could just be a little Tesla Junior and do fantastic. Love the vehicle. They've got tons of financial backing. They've got a big ownership, a partner in the Arab Public Fund. That's Saudi Arabia. They've got I think they put about $1 billion in this thing early on and bought a percentage of it. So, you know, they're not going to have any financial trouble. And they're probably going to build a factory in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia too, which should help a lot with their production needs that they're going to have in the future. And I would think this is going to be the most popular car in the Middle East and in Saudi Arabia for sure, because they're going to want to buy the vehicles that their country helps build, and especially if it's produced there in the Middle East. So I feel real good about it long term. It's just it's going through the growth spurts, and this is a very difficult time for all EV companies, and especially the new ones, which most of them are. But remember, you know, it's a high growth stock. It's basically pre-revenue. I mean, they have some revenue now, but try to remember that, because right now the market can't stand companies like this right now. It's really in the doghouse along with hundreds of others. So, you know, the market sentiment's negative. So keep that in mind.
Message.
All right, folks, and that's Lucid today. Just wanted to cover this stock. It's been a couple of weeks since I did, and just wanted to go over why I bought today, and going to try to swing it. And I may add to my long position. We'll certainly watch this stock very closely. I like it long term. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover Lucid. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.